Once upon a time in a kingdom far, far away, there was a beloved king who ruled over his people with wisdom and compassion. But as the king grew older, he knew that his time on the throne was limited, so he decided to pass the crown to his son, who was known throughout the kingdom as a kind and gentle soul. A prince was so grateful for the honor that his father had bestowed upon him. He promised to uphold the values of justice and equality that their kingdom was built upon. And so the king died and the prince became the new king. But alas, it didn't take long for the new king's true colors to show. It turned out that under his charming exterior, he was actually a power-hungry tyrant. The very people who had once loved and supported him now found themselves at the mercy of his iron fist. The king took all their rights away, put them into slavery, and made slaves of them. He gave the rich power over the people and oppressed anyone who dared to speak out against him. The people were led by a powerful sorcerer, who used his influence to manipulate the king into doing his bidding. People were losing hope, but there was one knight who remained defiant. His name was Sir Eric, a brave and noble warrior, who had served the kingdom with honor and distinction. He refused to bow down to the new king's tyranny, and dreamed of a time when his people would be free again. So one day, Sir Eric decided to take matters into his own hands. He knew that he couldn't fight the new king's army alone, so he set out on a quest to find allies who shared his dream of freedom. His journey led him to far-off lands where he met with kings and queens, lords and ladies, all of whom had been affected by the tyranny of the new king. Some were angry and wanted revenge, while others were simply tired of living in fear. But all of them had one thing in common: a desire for justice and a willingness to stand up against the new king. With each new ally that he made, Sir Eric grew more confident that he would eventually take back his kingdom. For years, Sir Eric and his allies trained and prepared for war, knowing that the time would come when they would have to face the new king's army. They knew that it would be a tough battle, but they were willing to risk everything to win back their freedom. Finally, the day came when Sir Eric and his army were ready to take on the new king's forces. The battle was long and hard-fought, but in the end, good triumphed over evil and the tyrant king was defeated. Sir Eric and his allies had won back their kingdom, and the people were finally free. Sir Eric became the new king and he ruled with wisdom and compassion, just like his father before him. He knew that the people had suffered greatly under the last king's tyranny, and he was determined to make things right. He freed the slaves, reinstated the rights that had been taken away, and worked to heal the wounds that had been inflicted upon his people. And so the kingdom began to prosper once again, and Sir Eric's name was passed down through the ages as a hero. And that is why, my little listener, it is important to stand up for what is right, even in the face of great challenges. For with courage and determination, we can overcome even the darkest of times and create a better future for ourselves and for those around us. And with that, our story time is over. But if you want to hear more stories like this one, then stay tuned, because together we will embark on many more adventures and learn valuable life lessons along the way. Until next time, my little listener, goodbye.